Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you for checking in. So today we have the new Proframe RS helmet from Fox Racing. So RS stands for race spec. And if you're not real familiar with the Proframe, it's a helmet built for mountain biking. And what's unique about the Proframe is that it's designed for riders that want a full face downhill certified helmet that you can both climb and descend in. I don't know if you've ever been on a mountain bike ride before where maybe you're just wearing an open face helmet, you get to the top of your climb and you wish that you had a full face helmet for the descent. Well, that's really who the Proframe caters to. This type of helmet is also really popular for e-bikers because on e-bikes, even going uphill, you tend to be going a little bit faster. So it's been really popular for that category as well. So Fox has had their previous Proframe for a lot of years now, and that helmet's not going away. It's still available. There's about a $100 price difference between the Proframe RS and the standard Proframe. And in this video, I will cover some of the major differences between the two to help you decide if you want to go with the new RS or stick with the regular Proframe. But with this new design, you can see just looking at it aesthetically, it does look quite a bit different than the previous Proframe. And really the big key features that they are tackling with this new version is one, the fitment. They wanted you to get a little bit more customized fit. The ventilation is better. Even looking at it, you can see this thing has 1,000,000 cutouts to help this thing vent. That's why they say it's good for actual trail riding and climbing. And the way that they got the venting even better is using the new Boa system. We'll talk about that. And then obviously they wanted to improve the safety aspect, so they're using the Mips Integra Liner system, which we're gonna tackle in this video as well. So overall, it's a really cool helmet, a lot of cool features that are built in. As far as the sizing goes, so this was a big deal for the new Proframe RS. There's 3 shell sizes. There's a small, a medium, and a large. Now, for you that might be like an extra small or an XL, don't freak out. One of the big updates to the new RS is that here in the back now they're using the Boa Liner system. So you have a cradle in this helmet, just like an open face helmet. And what's nice about that is there's 2 benefits. One, it's just gonna help you customize the fit a little bit better. With the previous Proframe that didn't have a dial system. It just had the internal pads. It would come with different pad thicknesses, but it was basically just you put the helmet on and you hope that it fits you correctly. You can interchange those pads, but you really couldn't fine tune the fitment like you can on an open face helmet. So now you've got the Boa system. There's over 50 clicks with this. You can hear it. Just to put this thing on and help you fine tune that fit and get it exactly where you want it. So that's why there's 3 different shell sizes. Also what's nice too is that the cradle, it's gonna be a little bit tougher to see, but right inside here, you can actually see that there's 4 different positions that you can move the cradle up or down. So they're gonna give you a lot of adjustability with this new RS to get this to fit exactly how you want it. And the cheek pads are also going to be, there's an extra set of cheek pads that are a different thickness inside the box as well. So with the new RS, that was one of the big things that they wanted to address, is just having a more customized fit. And what's nice though, is that with that Boa system and not having that liner drop all the way down or that neck roll, that's gonna help this thing breathe a little bit better. That's one less area where you're gonna have the comfort liner contact in the back of your head. So the helmet's just gonna feel cooler while you're out there riding. And it might not seem like that big of a deal, but on all day rides, if you're wearing this helmet for a lot of time, if it's hot, you are gonna notice that difference, not having that extra contact on the back of your head. So that was a big update with the fitment. Now keep in mind, we do have our fit guarantee. So with me, I'm kind of right between sizes. So with most Fox helmets, I have their SpeedFrame Pro mountain bike helmet, which they're open face. I wear size medium. Now that they're saying that they're using the same head form and same sizing as the SpeedFrame helmets. But for me, when I put this on, I have to dial this Boa strap all the way in, basically as tight as it'll go before I feel like I'm getting the helmet to be as snug as I would want it. Now keep in mind, I do fit typically on the smaller end of a medium, but that's why we have our fit guarantee. If you get this, and if you're not totally happy with how it fits, send it back to some brand new unused condition, and we'll make sure you get the right size by giving you free shipping both ways on that first exchange. All right, now, same shell construction as the previous Proframe. Like I talked about, they have the Mips Integra Liner system. One thing that I noticed right away that I wanted to point out, and that is the weight. So this Proframe RS gained about 4 ounces, or for you gram counters, about 100 grams in weight from the previous Proframe. And I tried the 2 on back to back, and it is, in my opinion, a noticeable difference. Like you can feel that weight difference. So for me, that is the only drawback or the only negative that I could give to the new RS, is that it did gain a little bit of weight. But like I said, when you look at the 2 side by side, you can see that the RS version does have just quite a bit more material on the shell, and they added some, with the safety aspect with that Mips system, there is some added liner on the inside as well. So I understand why it gained the weight. It's just the one thing that I really did notice. All right. So like I said, with the shell, you have all these cutouts going all over the place to help this thing breathe as much as possible. Something kind of cool and nice too, also with this new RS version, is the visor has 3 points of adjustability. So up here on the top, you have this screw. And what I really like about this setup and how they're adjusting this is that once you have the screw tightened down, you don't have to touch it anymore. All you got to do is just pull the visor forward. There's your middle setting, and then all the way up. So you can see you kind of have these detents right here in this slot on top of the helmet. So once you put it in one of those detents though, the visor's locked in, it's not going anywhere. And something else that's kind of unique is with the visor in the highest position, one, it's gonna allow you to put your goggles underneath here if you want to, or you notice there's a GoPro mount. So this GoPro mount will come included with it. It's not gonna come installed. That's gonna be if you wanna have it on there or not. I went ahead and threw it on here just so you can see what it looks like. But if you like to rock a GoPro when you ride and you like the under the visor position, well, they have a location built specifically for this GoPro mount. So again, they're just kind of thinking of, you know, how many features can we get into this helmet? So pretty unique there. Again, the original Proframe, that is another big difference I'd point out, is that the other Proframe does not have an adjustable visor. So something to keep in mind there. Okay. Let's talk about the safety and what's unique about this helmet. So you've got the Fidlock chin strap, which has been around. They're using it on the regular Proframe. That's a really nice feature. It's just a one-handed operation to take on and put off this chin strap. But the big standout here, and what's making the RS, again, adding about that $100 price jump, is the Mips Integra system. So you have the Ionic Plus comfort liner inside here. Moisture wicking antimicrobial, you can take that out, and the cheek pad, you can wash it. I would just recommend hand washing, let it air dry, put it back in there. But the Mips Integra system, or the Split, this is the first mountain bike helmet that I've seen with this system. And the way it works is now you have two EPS liners on the inside. With the Proframe, they have their Verizorb EPS liner, which is a multi-density liner, with the Mips liner that we're used to seeing. If you're not familiar with Mips, it stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection System, and it's a system that is designed to help mitigate rotational forces by essentially decoupling the head from the helmet, so when you have that angular impact, the head actually wants to continue rotating a little bit inside the helmet versus coming to an abrupt stop. But what they're doing unique now is you actually have an EPP and an EPS liner inside this helmet. And you can kind of see it right here. So right at the brow, this first layer that I'm touching, that is EPP, and that's expanded polypropylene. And the reason for EPP is that to the touch, you can feel that it is a softer density than EPS, which is expanded polystyrene. So that EPP is there for your low speed impacts. And then you have your EPS liner, which is the outermost material you can see here, which we've been seeing in helmets now for decades, which is there for your high-speed impacts. It's a firmer density, so when you have that big impact, you're gonna need something a little bit more dense to absorb that energy. So you've got EPP and EPS, but what's also unique is you notice how in this helmet, you actually don't see the Mips liner system. That is because it is separating, or it's kind of sandwiched between the EPP and the EPS. So it's helping those two liners move freely from each other. And on top of that, you notice that you see this little yellow thing up here in the very top. So there's actually several of those in this helmet, and Fox is calling those just their woofers. And those actually move about 10 to 15 millimeters of movement in all different directions. And so it's just allowing those two liners to move even more freely of each other. So again, you got those woofers with the EPP and the EPS and the Mips liner system, and it's all working in conjunction just to help absorb as much linear impact, so straight up and down as possible, along with those rotational forces. And that right there, my friends, is why with the new Proframe RS, the prices jumped up, but you notice that compared to the traditional Proframe, you're getting quite a bit more, and when it comes to the safety features, you get a more adaptive fit. So a lot of cool features that are built into this. But again, the regular Proframe is not going anywhere. We have a product spotlight you can watch on that. Trying the two on side by side, definitely a difference in the way that they fit. That is something that I did notice. But overall, if you're looking for a great helmet, downhill certified, great safety that you can both climb and just do trail riding in, but then you've got that full face helmet for those descents, or maybe you're shuttling, doesn't matter. It's a really good helmet. So if you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. We'll help get those answered. To pick yours up and to see the different colorways available, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. We ship for free over $75. And if you want to stay up to date on product videos like this for mountain biking, get subscribed to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and that way you are always up to date. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.